everyone. Just want to do a quick check. Mr. Okay, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. I really want to appreciate all our parents who have taken time to join us today for this meeting. And it's my prayer that it's going to be a very fruitful meeting today. Thank you. Thank you. Um, it's been, I would say it's not been easy. It's not been easy on all sides. You know, it's not been easy, but we thank God for His grace that will keep us going. And by His grace too, we will surely overcome. I want to just quickly appreciate your support, talking to my wonderful parents, your support so far. I really say thank you. Thank you so very much. Yes, and I trust that our pals are doing great. The main focus for our meeting today will be on our virtual class. For 2 months thereabout, we have had our virtual class. It's been free. And with the way things are going, we don't even know when the that I keep telling a few friends that our sector, because of its sensitivity, will probably be the last that will be asked to resume. But God will see also. So we want to discuss, we're going to discuss our virtual class. You've had experience for 2 months already, and we will be pressing forward. And so we want to hear from you, your observations so far. If you have suggestions for us, I mean, that's very welcome. And if there are clarifications that you need, we would also want to attend to that. So basically, that's the main focus of our meeting today. So I thank God Mr. Okay is here with us. Mr. Mike too is here with us. And so I'm going to hand over the meeting to Mr. Okay to take it up from here, my boss. Sir, I hope you can hear me, sir.
I can hear you, Mrs. Ishola. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I think you've said
Thank
it
you
all.
for being part of it. Yes, sir.
All right, I think you've said it all, so that we don't keep our parents waiting for too long. I think we might need to start. A show of hands will be needed so that we can allow any parent that wants to contribute. Everyone will be muted so that there will be no interference, and we can take it up from there. But before we go on, once again, just to appreciate our parents for staying with us through this process, this time, this difficult time. And we want to assure them our best, our intention to also be very sensitive and to be with them also at this difficult time. So the essence of this meeting basically is to listen to them, more of listening than talking, and to find a way that we can all move ahead. We can make the best of this situation that we find ourselves. Hopefully things will get better sooner rather than later. All right, so I don't know who will be the first parent to take off, then we can pick it up from there. I don't know if anybody heard me or there is.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Okay.
Afternoon, sir.
Okay, very well, sir. My name is Abayomi Ayodeji.
Oh, afternoon, sir.
Thanks so, yes, sir. Thanks so very much for having us this afternoon. This is more like a town hall meeting, as it were. You know, the kind of engagements between the school and the parents. You know, we all know the kind of the time we are in now. So there's need for this kind of engagement. You know, so that everybody will be on the same page, and it won't appear as if the school is just doing things arbitrarily. So this is just my intro. I want to believe other parents, by the time other parents fully join, we'll be able to have a very fruitful and robust conversation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I don't know if any other parent can move ahead so that we can take it off. We're still admitting more parents into the meeting, but notwithstanding, we can go ahead. Please, if you have any contributions, we are here to listen. Hello, everyone is muted automatically, but you can unmute yourself, and if you want to say something. Hello, parents.
Hello, Mr. Okay, we can hear you. I think you should set the ball rolling. Do you understand? So that we know what exactly we are deliberating on. Just set the ball rolling, then we'll take it off from there.
Okay, I thought I had myself and Ola. Like I said, we are here to listen to our parents if they have any suggestions, opinions, advice, and or even reservations concerning the virtual learning program that we have been running for the past 2 months. We have also indicated that from June 1st we would be applying a charge to the service. So obviously we know that parents might have you know, their own suggestions or thoughts about that. So I think that's the essence of why we're even here. One of the main essence why we're here, to deliberate and to come to an understanding, so that from tomorrow, as we move into the virtual learning program, we would be on the same page. So if anybody can start off with their ideas, we've been hearing from parents. You know, I have been getting messages from the head of school about the interactions she's had with the parents. So we said, okay, you know what, it's best that we come together in a general town hall meeting like this, so that we can hear from our parents one-on-one, face-to-face, if I can use that. You know, so any parent that wants to kick off, want to start, get the ball rolling, we are here to listen. We are more than ready.
Okay, Mr. Okay, thanks so very much, sir. Very well said. I want to believe I'm not the only parent on this platform, but you know, usually it's there are meetings of this nature. You may have some bumpy starts, but thereafter people would
Yes.
you know, join in and take it. Now, for me, the letter you sent, I just need some clarification, especially on the last paragraph. I've tried severally to digest it. Now, that last paragraph says, if schools are asked to resume in June, then payments will be prorated and balance carried into third term fees. That is one. Then also, let me just chip this in. Of course, like I said earlier in my intro, we all know the kind of situation we have all found ourselves. So the question for me really, I don't think the question from parents or the issue from parents will be that, oh, we're not going to pay. No, I don't think that would be fair, you know. But the main issue would be how much or what fee is paid, so that we can all agree. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, we all know where the kind of situation we find ourselves in the country. Everyone down the line is affected one way or the other. So the issue really is not that, oh, parents are not going to pay. No. But the main thing we need to agree on is how much are we going to pay? Can we look at it this way? Can we look at it that way? Well, I'm not speaking on behalf of all the parents. Like I said earlier, everyone will contribute as time goes by. But in the meantime, kindly shed more light on that particular sentence I just read out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir. Basically, the truth is that we're in very uncertain times. The uncertainty has become a problem because it's very difficult to plan and to make projections. In fact, in our scenario planning, we have the best case scenario, we have the worst case scenario. Our best case scenario was that we would resume sometime early May. Worst case scenario was end of May. Unfortunately, it hasn't panned out as we planned, but thank God for some of the way things are going. Now, the discussion, there was a time there was no discussion around resumption at all. But the moment, now, at least now, you can see that that discussion has started. And if that discussion has started, then we are hoping that resumption would be sooner rather than later. So what that sentence or that paragraph is trying to say is that if for any reason we are optimistic that resumption can be end of June, sometime in June, and you have made your payment already for the virtual learning class, and we have to get back to brick and mortar, that's the physical school, then we would have to prorate that fee, break it into whatever you have paid. If it's 20,000, 25,000, 15,000, as the case may be, we would have to break that into the weeks for the month, and now do either a refund or apply that to third term fees if you have not paid for third term fees, or maybe you want to use it for uniforms or anything at all, any other fee at all. But if you have paid, if you pay now and we don't round up the virtual learning program in June, we have to resume. We would have to do a refund or give you, apply what's left to third term fees. That's what I'm trying to say, sir. I don't know if I've been able to explain, sir.
Yeah, very well, very well. Thank you, sir.
So we're waiting for other parents. Any other parent that has any contribution to please go ahead. Like I said, we're here to listen. We're here to listen and to take. Yes. Beautiful afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Beautiful afternoon.
Okay, my name is
Wow, I didn't get that at all.
Please, I want to confirm something from the letter you sent to us. My name is Mrs. Okunore. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Hello? Thank you. I can hear you now. I can hear you now, loud and clear.
Hello?
I can hear you, ma.
Okay, I said my name is Mrs. Okay, the virtual learning. Fine. Yeah. And I also saw something on the platform about the third term fee.
Okay.
Does it mean that we're going to pay? We need that. Okay, like parents who pay their third term fee will get discounts, so like that. So because of the uncertainty, do you think we still need to pay for the third term school fees while we still pay for the virtual learning?
Okay. Are you done, ma? So I can respond.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What we are getting from it's a fantastic question, and I think the best way to come around this question is to look at it from what we are getting, the feelings we're getting from the Ministry of Education. If you remember, early, I think in April, we sent a letter saying that we're going to start off the third term through the virtual classroom, but suddenly we got a message from the Ministry of Education that no school is allowed to start the third term virtually, that all the third term will start in school, and anytime we resume, that we will run the complete weeks. So we are hoping, or we believe, or the instruction we have is that whenever we resume, the 13 weeks that we normally run for a term will still be run regardless of when we resume. So we have not been able to treat third term topics because of that instruction. So what that simply tells us is that we are going to be back in school soon. So our appeal has been to parents, to see if they can. We're not mandating anybody to make payments for third term. It doesn't mean that if you don't make payment now, you'll be denied entry and all of that. But our appeal is to parents is that if you want to pay ahead and secure the funds for your fees, so that you don't get into third term and start looking for money or trying to solve that problem, if you can solve it now, then you will get a discount. We know that at this particular time, it's quite a difficult time, and cash is king. That means that nobody wants to spend money. So for those parents that are willing to make a deposit with the cash that they have, then they are entitled to that discount. So we're just using that to appreciate our parents for making that commitment to the school, basically.
Okay. See if it's going off.
Hello, Ma. I don't know if I addressed that question.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. I don't know. Are there other parents? We're here. We're still listening. We can take more questions.
Beautiful afternoon, Mr. K.
Beautiful afternoon, Ma.
I'm Mrs. Ugwabakuru, Chikamso and Kamto Chukwu's mother.
Yes.
So I think what I picked from her question, I feel like you really didn't answer the question, is if I get to pay for third term now, do I also have to pay for the visual learning? So for instance, if I'm going to pay on Monday for my kids' fees, do I also have to pay in addition the money for the visual learning, or is it all encompassing? So if I pay for third term, I don't need to pay for the visual learning. Okay. Secondly, okay, or do I just let you answer then?
Okay. Let me answer, because the question, the answer is quite short. Yes. You see, the assumption we're making is that we don't know when resumption would happen. And the second assumption we are making also is that whenever we resume, we will run a complete term. So if you're making payments to me now or to the school, that payment is for taking care of your child for 13 weeks. That is what the contract is for fees. You pay for the term, we handle the education and whatever it takes to run the term for 13 weeks. So if you're making payment now, you're not making payment for virtual classroom. If it's for fees you're making payment for, you're making payment ahead for whenever we resume to when that term will round up. Now, if for instance, the worst case scenario happens, we have to resume in September, that means June, July, August, we might be running virtual classrooms, just like we have been running for the past 2 months. So for those months, we employ every parent to pay for the virtual classroom. Whenever we resume, we would run the third term. So the third term fee is totally different from the virtual fee.
Okay, so now I get it. So if it as much, okay, I get it. So paying for the third term doesn't mean I won't have to pay for visual learning. That's what it means.
Yes, that's what it means, ma.
Okay, then my main concern is, one, prior to this period, prior to COVID-19 and all of that, our parent platform used to be open. You would send information across and we'll respond. But lately I've noticed that it's become a closed group where you just send messages to us and it's locked up again. So it really, I personally, I don't know if I'm talking for other parents, but I feel if you send a message across, you should give leeway for us to respond to whatever information you've sent to us. Like the last time when you were talking about resumption and fees, immediately you dropped it, you locked up the group. Now you talked about fees, you sent a message to us, you locked the group. you sent us an invite for this Zoom meeting, and then you sent to us and you locked the group. So it's more like a one-way traffic. And then secondly, on this virtual learning, given that we don't necessarily know when school is going to start, and most parents have started going to work, so life has almost begun. It's just that we're being careful with the kids and all of that. So if you have a situation where father and mother goes to work every day and probably leave the kids with help or with a third party, how efficient is the visual learning going to be for because I for one know it's taxing. It's not something you leave for someone. It's something you have to be involved, especially those of us that have little kids, preschool and probably reception to grade and grade 1. The older kids can actually sort themselves out. But for those of us that still have little kids that still need guidance, it involves us. And most parents are back to work. So I don't know if you had that in consideration when designing this plan for the children. Hence, I think why it seems like involvement has been reduced. I'm just saying from my own part though. So if our kids, if you put out things on platform, if I have to leave for work by 7 a.m. and then I come back by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., it's really not doable for most of us. We appreciate it, but then I think it's something that's the reason why I say it's not supposed to be a one-way traffic. So we're supposed to sit down with school and ask us how things are. Most people have resumed back to work and we're making provisions for our children. And then thirdly is the economic situation. It's really scary on both sides. For the school, we appreciate, but also for parents too. So it's really not fair on your side that like when this was planned, when this visual learning came up the first time, I remember some people asking about money and we had, oh no, it's for free and all of that. Yeah, but if you're designing something to suit the children, I think you'd have carried us along. So those of us who are going to work, those of us who would factor that in our schedule and know how this works. And then I'm asking about visual learning and school fees because we know how everything is working out now. So if I'm paying for both kids, I'll be paying roughly close to 40,000 every month till school starts, whenever school is going to start. And that still does not cover my fee. So if I pay my fee now, I get a 10% discount, yes, but I still have to pay every month for each child. And we don't know when school is going to come back. We don't know if it's going to be January next year. We don't even know if it's going to be February next year. The uncertainty is too much. And we just feel like you need to carry us along in all of this. I for one, I'm not happy that I'm in a group where it's locked up. You just send information across to us and that's it. And then I'm just hearing for the first time that if school starts, we are just going to go forward to third term, because I know we didn't finish second term. We didn't have our exams. We didn't have a lot of things we didn't do. We were just approaching revision week. So all of this information we do not know. I was assuming if school starts, we'll probably do 2 or 3 weeks to finish up second term before going into third term. But, so I'm just hearing this for the first time. Hence, I'm saying, carry us along. Let's know what's happening. Even for funds, a lot of us we have unsettled bills from second term. We really have unsettled bills from second term, and nobody is talking about it. So it's really, I don't know. That's my take on all of this.
All right.
Thank
you so much, Ma. You made some very salient points, which I would have to address quickly. Let me start from the last one. Can you hear me, Ma?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. K.
Okay, yeah. Let me start from the last one. The issue of the second term. When I say that we are going to go into third term, it doesn't mean that we will not round up second term. But it's important to also note that we had rounded up the whole the syllabus for second term completely. In fact, we're shut down. Schools were told to shut down on the 23rd. We shut down on the 20th. On the 23rd was the day we're supposed to commence examination. We shut down on the 20th. So that tells you that we had completed everything around teaching. We had completed everything around revision. We're just supposed to start the examination. So when we resume third term, obviously we would run the second term examinations. That's that. We're still into when we would have the inter-house sports or the inter-school sports. also, but that's basically what is left from second term. Outside that, we're practically done for second term. Okay, so for the issue of the issue you raised around the virtual learning program and how convenient it is for children, for parents at this time, looking at the fact that parents have resumed back to work, we totally understand the difficulty, the challenges that parents are going through in trying to, get their children to, work with this, with the computers during the day, or log into the portal and get their assignments done. We totally understand that. And unlike some of the big schools that have insisted that classes will be live, we'll have some of the big schools that have had live classes. That means that children will have to resume in the morning at a particular time and close at a particular time. We have designed ours so that it is self-paced. What that simply means is that you don't have to, your child does not have to resume in the morning, because we don't know the situation of your household every day. So what basically you are to work with your child at your own pace. So it depends on what time you get back from work. You have to find a time to engage your child. The main thing is that children cannot be left unattended. Children cannot be left with, idle. Children, it is almost criminal for children not to learn. So our responsibility is to ensure that we continue to develop not just the academic, push the academic content, but to still develop the learning habits that our children we have been building over the years, because that is the most dangerous thing, to allow those learning habits to go lost. If children lose the joy of discovery, they lose the freshness of learning, then we would have a difficult task in our hands when we resume in third term. So what the idea of the virtual learning program is to keep children engaged and to keep them in love with learning, have the desire to learn, so we don't want that to get lost along the way. That's why we are still insisting that despite the difficulties that you face in engaging them, in putting them through on the portal and all, it is absolutely necessary that we find the time to still engage our children. And that's why the virtual learning program is important. And we're imploring parents to please subscribe and be part, allow their children to be part of it. I don't know if I was able to answer that question. Then concerning the group, you said we open the group and close it. We open the group and close it. That's not the situation. The group has been closed since the time of the COVID, when COVID-19 issues started. We've not reopened it since then. We are looking at reopening very soon. That would happen sooner rather than later. So just look forward to it. But that has not taken away the fact that we have a lot of other channels for parents to engage us. Our teachers, our head of schools are available. I have made myself available from the beginning. This town hall meeting also is another opportunity. If we are shying away from discussions and contributions from parents, then we would never have put up this virtual meeting. But we love contributions. We want parents to have a say. That's the only channel that we have restricted for the meantime, but for our reasons, but we will find a way to open that channel very soon. But every other channel is available. We still sent out a survey some time ago for parents to share their opinion about the virtual learning program. So we are carrying our parents along. We want you to be, this is the time where we have to be united and be together to come out of this difficulty. So please, let's not feel that way. Thank you so much, Ma. I don't know if I was able to answer some of the questions that you raised.
Yes, thank you. You did. You did.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so my name is Fumi Omomo, Abisola and Olaolu's mom.
Mom, how are you?
Very well. I would just like to understand why we are involving the children in tender hearts in this virtual learning. Because I, for one, have been struggling since we started the whole portal thing to get my son Olaolu to do anything. I mean, the worst, the worst experience I had was that, there was this day, I think I was playing a video for him or something. The next thing, he depressed the power button and the laptop went off. So if I'm finding it really difficult getting him to even sit down and watch the video, how else can I make him do classworks, assignments, not to talk of submitting? I don't know if there is a way they can be excluded from the virtual learning, or maybe instructional materials can be sent to parents via the class WhatsApp group.
Okay. Can I address that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. What you have just said is the challenge that most parents are going through. You're not the only one going through that. But like I said, it's something that is new to a lot of us. Even the children is newer to them. So it's just, we have to keep pushing for every child to understand that technology has become the pivot in which every other thing will revolve around. The earlier, the better. Your child might find it difficult now, but I'm sure that as we continue to engage them and to let them know that this is important, learning is continuous, learning is important, it has to happen one way or the other. We also, from our side, will continue to develop content that is irresistible to the children, that is fun, that is engaging, so that every child, the moment they see that picture or they watch that video, they are tied to it. We have incorporated animations into our designs so that it almost seems like they are watching Cartoon Network. If that's your child, if that child puts on the cartoon channel or any of the animated channels, that child will still be hooked watching that. But when it comes to an educated channel program, he might not be hooked. It's all about the experience and all about the design. So every day we try to get better. And if you, I don't know if you are following the progress of our designs and our content, you will see that every week we try to improve. So hopefully your baby would adjust and love what we put up on the portal. But it's absolutely critical that the learning habits that we have built in our children don't get lost along the way. It's not about the content. That's the truth. It's not about the content. The content can always be gotten. There are facts that, accumulated facts that we can always pass along to the children, but it's about the skills and the learning habits. It's about personal development. These children need to imbibe these values and skills in them. We need to maintain it and develop it along the way. So I'm surprised that Tender Heart is having this difficulty, because I know that the playgroup, actually Vladini Jones, is having a fantastic time. I don't want to speak for playgroup parents, but I know that playgroup parents are actually the most engaged, even more than what grade 4 and 5 are doing. I'm on their platform, and their children are so engaged at that level, 1 year, few months, So I think maybe we as a school needs to do a bit of work to maybe refine or adjust our content for Tender Heart so that it's a bit more engaging and interesting and irresistible to our children. Thank you.
Hello.
The system is only aligned.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrs. Womiloju. Okay, so just as Mrs. Omomo mentioned, I'm having a similar challenge as well. And my major challenge is with the teaching aspect. The essence of going to school basically is because we know that there are people who are professional in this field and they have the skills to teach our children, impact the knowledge and everything. Right now, I feel like we are receiving content we can easily get online, content we can actually do research ourselves and, teach the kids. So, I'm having a challenge teaching them because I know that I don't necessarily have the kind of skills our teachers have, so my own method might be quite different from what they're used to in class or in school, and I may not necessarily be approaching it the right way. I don't know. I can't say, but I feel like, we're doing the bulk of the work, and that's a real challenge because, like somebody said, we are all doing something. Everybody is busy at the moment, so it may not be the right time. When you come back in the evening, these kids are not used to, doing their school or classes in the evening. So basically, it's a challenge for everybody. So is there a way that, we can still have the teachers teaching and not necessarily the parents? Because basically, the school is giving us materials, and we log on and do the teaching ourselves and everything. That is where I have a challenge, because we are the ones doing the teaching, and it's really tough doing what the teachers have been doing.
Thank you so much, Ma. And I can't say I envy what parents are going through because the truth is, having to develop these skills in such a short time, it's near impossible. This is what teachers have been doing for years. This is what they went to school to learn. This is what they've practiced for a long time, and all of a sudden, our parents have been pushed to take this huge challenge and execute it. But like I said, there's nothing, nobody planned for this. This is what it is. And we just have to make best of the situation. Our content, to a large extent, has been designed to get the children to a certain level. Yes, to reduce the pressure that our parents, or the input and contribution from our parents. It's impossible to say we are going to eradicate that contribution, but every day we are developing content that will reduce the contribution that our parent has to make, when the child is on the portal. I don't know what class your child is in, but most of the classes now, you can see the teachers are now using videos. What I mean is PowerPoint videos to describe the learning materials or the class, the topics. So you see their faces and you see their gestures trying to explain in detail what that topic is all about. We didn't used to do that before. You just heard the voiceover, but now their videos are there just to see that the children are carried along more. But like I said, I don't envy what you're going through, but it is what it is. And the worst that we can do as a school is to ignore the children and say, what, every parent, it's your problem, go and solve it anyhow you want to do it. It's beyond the content. It's far beyond the content. For instance, some of the topics that we're treating are foundational topics that the children will need in to understand some of the topics that are coming in third term. So we are developing them. We're preparing them rather for the topics they would meet when we resume brick and mortar. So it's just beyond the content. When the teachers are speaking in those slides, they are speaking beyond the content. They are going to concepts, they are going to skills, they are going to values. So we just have to make the best of the situation that we find ourselves. So I'll keep appealing that parents just play their role. It seems it will be over soon, and this issue will be our issue once again. But for now, we just have to put hands together. Thank you, Ma.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, parents. Hello, can you hear me, please?
I can hear you, Ma.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, my name is Mrs. Lala, and it took me and my husband quite some time before we were able to connect to the meeting. But thank God we are here now. So I don't know what have been discussed before we join. I may be repeating. I may be asking a question that has been already answered. That was why I said that. Now, these are my questions. First and foremost, about the fee. I understand that the virtual class is different from third term and all that. But to talk about the fee, I am of the opinion that the fee is on the high side. When I read your letter and I saw 20,000, I made my survey. I see this virtual class like what you people organize during summer that you call summer lesson. This is what I can call this virtual class. If the reason behind this virtual class is that is such that my child will not be without learning, then there are other means that I can employ that is practically free for my child. My child is in grade 3, so she can sort herself. So there are other measures, there are other platforms that I can enroll her that are practically free. But if I want to say I still want to get in touch with DOIA, like I want her to have the feelings that she's dealing with people that she knows, she's dealing with her teachers, then this fee is on the high side because I'm going to use data. And despite the fact that she is old enough to understand what the teacher is teaching her, I will still be by her side to guide her. There are so many things that she will need me to help her to do. Practically, I will also be involved to teach her. Meanwhile, I have my own business to run. My husband too has his work to attend to. We have another child, a elder one, in another school. We know the ways things are being done over there. So my own suggestion is this: let that fee be reviewed. That is number one. Then number two, concerning the parent platform that has been blocked. Personally, I don't know of another person. I'm talking for myself. I'm talking for my husband. We are not happy. It's like you are blocking us. It's like you have converted that platform to your own platform. I must tell you the truth. Sometimes when I see parent platform, I won't even read whatever you post there. I will just go over. I will go somewhere else. And even at times, people will ask questions. You will say we should private chat to you, like you are scared to hear from us. Why? I believe we are partners. We are stakeholders. During the lockdown, despite the fact that the first month of the lockdown, I had the opportunity to work. I run my own personal business, but I decided not to work because I don't want to endanger my family. I don't want to endanger my staff, because there is no way my staff will not come to my house or they will not get in touch with me and I will not go back to my family. So I did not work for that month. But I reached out to all my clients. I called them one after the other, and all of them appreciated that. As in, I got in touch with them. But COVID came and you guys blocked parents off. And you expected us to be reaching you, calling you privately. Me, I've not seen anywhere in Lagos in this century that is done. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. You raised some very important points, and the issue of the platform. I spoke about it a few minutes ago, and I said that we are obviously going to open the platform. The platform was locked a long time ago during when the COVID-19 issue started, but that would be open very soon. We are not scared. If we are scared, we will not be here. We will not be here as a school. If I'm scared, I won't stand here. I won't be here now trying to respond to these issues. It's easier to hear it from the platform than to hear it on a Zoom meeting. So we are not scared at all. We have opened every other channel for parents to communicate with us. I don't know if the head of schools have been communicating, or the teachers and supervisors have been reaching out to parents. If they've not been reaching out to you, I apologize sincerely. But we are the DOIs you used to know. Mommy, that Mrs. Lala, that you've been with us for a long time. I know you spoke to me in detail a month ago, and we are still the DOIs you used to know. So if there are changes here and there in our character, COVID caused it. Please blame it on COVID. we haven't changed at all. We are still who we are. So for the issue of the fee, I hear you loud and clear. You've made your point, and we'll look into it, and I'm sure we'll get back to the parents if putting every other thing into consideration. But thank you so much for your contributions, ma. Let me also state that yes, there are other platforms where you can get free content and all, but like I keep saying, what we are doing, it goes beyond content. It goes into a lot of higher level, higher level of education, higher level of learning. Let me use that, higher levels of learning. So I implore you to please continue with DOIS than to just go and pick up random content from online programs or other places and let our children assess that. Let us go with the structure that we have been, the children have been used to, the structure they've been working with. Let's continue that way. Very soon, this issue will be over, and we'll be back to a certain level of normality. All right. I don't know if any other parent has anything to contribute.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, ma.
Okay, Mr. Okay, good afternoon. Good
afternoon.
Hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma.
Okay. We joined quite late, and we just want to ask how much was the fee?
Totem fee or the virtual learning program?
No, the virtual learning.
Okay, it's 15,000 if I'm right. 15,000 for tender heart to nursery 2, reception to grade 3, 20,000, 4 and 5, 25,000 per month.
Okay. Okay, is it for a month or for?
For a month. For a month.
COVID is over. Huh?
No, we don't know when COVID is over. So
COVID is over.
we don't know when COVID is over. So it's for the month of June, and we also stated clearly that if for any reason we are to resume school in June, we would prorate the fee, whatever you have paid, and do a refund or apply to third term fees.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Any other parents? We are here. I don't know if there's any other contribution.
Hello, Mr. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Oh, afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Mrs. Balogun.
Yes, ma'am.
A parent to Nicole and Tiffany.
Okay, I know you, I know you very well.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I've not been on the platform for a very long time.
Okay.
Not until yesterday when the HM called my attention. She sent me an SMS actually, and I told her, why am I not at the platform? So she said she didn't know about that. So, and I think she added me that yesterday. Okay. So I saw the message. So what my own contribution and my question, I just have a question, and my question is this. Now for the visual learning, to my own understanding, the grade 4, they are to pay like 25,000.
Yes, ma'am.
The grade 2 is to pay 20,000, which means my 2 kids are to pay 45,000 per month.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I don't know about every other parent. I think that is on the high side. Judging from what has been happening, what has happened, and is still happening because of this COVID-19 globally, it's not only in Nigeria. Many businesses are affected. I think most people lost their jobs, which I know. Some people that are close to us. I'm talking from people that are close to me. I know people that lost their job, or their husbands lost their jobs. So these ones, they have a family that they want to take care of. So if we are still opportune to still be on that path, I don't think maybe it's because maybe we are righteous or something like that. So, and I think that DOI should, in as much as we are one big family, they should carry the parents along. As in regards to the payment, the fee is on the high side. And I think every parent in that school has about, let's say 2 kids. You can hardly see a parent that has a child. They have children like 2, 3, 4, 5. So they should look into the payment, the fee in particular, in as much as that is not part of the total fee. Because now at home, I'm not talking about, guiding them to do their assignment at the portal. Now we are burning generator because NEPA hardly gives light. So we are burning the generator, we are burning the data, our time, everything is involved. It's not only teachers, it's not only the staff that are involved, parents are involved. So I think DOIs as a family should look into the fee. The fee is on the high side. I don't know how about every other parent, but I'm just speaking my own mind.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, Mrs. Balogun.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your contribution.
I've
heard you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. If it's casted in stone, then we might not have to. There might not be a need to have this meeting. But
okay, sir.
We want to hear from our parents, so we'll get back to you. I've heard you loud and clear. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Mr. Olakunle, I can see your hand raised up. Please, you can go ahead.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. I just want to make my little contribution, though I actually joined late. And, well, I've been following the old trend. Number one, the platform had been closed down for a while. I'm not really happy about that. I'm very much disappointed, because I feel we're all stakeholders. I feel we should contribute, in taking that school to a greater height, Closing down the platform, will actually reduce that bonding, that relationship between the management and the parents, It has actually, because at a time like this, the school needs a lot of ideas. The school needs a lot of information, that actually take the school to our greatest height, that will make it much more seamless for the parent and the management, to synchronize, So, that is one. I think, the management should really look into this, Now, for the fee, fine, the school needs to move on, The school needs to generate funds for a whole lot of things, for the teachers, for the salaries, I'm actually not against that, But I think, the school should actually give back to these children, The school, fine, I am not saying the fee, that parents should not, pay, for the fee, but I think they should give back to this child as well, because, this child too, they are the future, of this school as well. We've been paying all the while. We've been doing all of this all the while. Fine, if we can, do, part of this payment, at least, when you guys are giving back, you guys are not making profit anyway. But it's going to be obvious that you're actually giving back to the parents, So, for me, that is what I want to say. Please open the platform. There should be bonding. Bonding is very, very important between the management and the parent. It is very, very important. You don't really know what you're actually missing by closing down this platform. That is what need to say. Thank you very much, Mr. Anobi.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate your contributions. I appreciate it so much. Like I told the other parents, it's something that obviously now is something that we need to consider as a school, and we would look into the issue of the platform. That's the first point. We should see that we reopen the platform immediately. Also, let me put it. You said something about giving back. Let me put a bit of context into what we have been going through as a school since we closed. We're shut down in March 20th. Lagos State School, Lagos is directed all schools be shut down. We're shut down we shut down ourselves on the 20th. Now we're a school that runs an installment payment plan. So what that means is that parents come to school at the beginning of the term and let us know how they will make their payment till we let that payment run to almost examinations, about during time for examinations. So that means that 30% of our revenue, we get it during the last month of the term.
Okay.
The final week, that's when we get 30% of our revenue. Now, we were shut down in March. Suddenly, that 30% revenue we were expecting, obviously, we couldn't get it again. And now it would have been very insensitive as a school to start pressuring parents to make payments. Please make your payments, your balance, and all of that. We got instructions from the proprietors that we shouldn't do that. We can only appeal. And for those that are still second term fee, we have been calling and just appealing. But because of the COVID issue, nobody could pay. So for March, we had to struggle and pay our salary. Now we got into April. April was the period of the total shutdown. So forget about asking anybody for money.
Absolutely.
Nobody was going to pay you then. So we were very careful. We didn't get any inflow at all. Now we struggled. We paid salaries for April. We got into May, the third month. Same issue. Obviously, we were just appealing. If you can pay third term fee, please pay third term fee. A couple of parents paid. But even if we utilize third term money now, we are just shooting ourselves in the foot because third term will still come and we still provide that service. Now, in May also, there were no inflows. We had to still find a way to put something to the salary accounts of our teachers. That's almost 3 months there straight up without any inflows. Now, we are in June and we are appealing. We have come to a point, if we had our way, we would run the virtual learning program totally free without asking anybody. But we're just appealing that parents, please, our teachers are here, we are here. We need to find a way to work together to see that this might be the least important anyway, see that our teachers have something to take home. Because more importantly is the fact that we engage our children, to learn every day so that they don't lose the learning over the years. But somehow, some way, we need to work together. It's not clear. The business is still running. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you for what you have said.
Thank you very much, Anubi. Thank you.
We'll get back to the plans.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Any other parents? Hello, Mr. Odubose. Please,
hello, can you hear me?
You have the floor, sir.
Okay, sorry, I'm just joining in. I just heard for a few minutes what was being said. I know I've spoken with you earlier. It's a trying time. We don't know how things will pan out. But for me, I feel the group should be open. That's just my own contribution for now.
Okay.
Let the group be open.
Hello, sir. Are you still here?
and let us have continuous feedback. One way for. Hope you understand me.
I totally understand it, sir.
Yeah, so that's beyond the back and forth. We know teachers have to be paid somehow. We understand the steps that you are taking to ensure that happens. But it's not all parents that are even earning salary. But beyond that, I think you just need to be open about what you are doing. I know you are trying to, I know you are, but let it be evident to everyone that that is what you want to do. So let the group be open. Fine, you have parents that might have complaints, but let it be that there's nobody that is being, there's no evidence like you're trying to stifle people's communication. Do you understand? So, but beyond that, I can't give you any advice. You know, when we spoke at length, I told you that we need to prepare for the worst. Nobody knows exactly when schools will resume, and whatever plan we're trying to make, we can't even tell. So that's beyond that. I have other things, that other concerns, but I'll just leave that for now. So I'll give you an example now. My last son is in nursery 1. I can pay for a month, but the truth is I don't really need any online class for him, for a 4-year-old about it. I need it. So we can pay to some extent, but beyond that, we don't need it. So eventually some parents would have to pull out because it's because of value. So we're also looking at value are we getting this way, but that's just it. But beyond that, all I just want is, please, Mr. Okay, open the parents platform.
Hello, sir.
Let this discussion to hear from him. That's just what I can say for now, please. All right, thank you.
All right,
yeah,
thank you.
Well done. It's not easy. We can't say how. We can't say what. I can't even give you any advice, honestly. Whatever I tell you is difficult. So that's just my own contribution for now.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Right.
I hear you loud and clear. I've addressed the issue of the platform, and I think that will be sorted out sooner rather than later, very soon. We would have to look into that and sort out, since almost all the parents, a lot of contributions that has come in today has addressed the issue of opening up the platform again. Let's put this into perspective. What's the virtual learning program? The portal is just a vehicle to push learning materials across to our parents so that they can help administer those learning materials to our children. Now, if a 4-year-old child doesn't need a virtual learning or the virtual learning program, or doesn't need any learning material, that means that the child doesn't need, that 4-year-old child, even in school, doesn't basically need to be in school. That's what I'm saying. So what we are doing is to see that we engage those children just the way they should have been in school a month ago. We are ensuring that they don't lose that joy of discovery. They don't lose that freshness of learning. They need to continue learning. It's beyond the content that we send. It's more about the habits and the skill. I can't stop reiterating. I can't stop emphasizing. So please, I appeal. It's not the time to say my child doesn't need to learn, let my child just stay idle. You would give us a lot of tasks when we resume. That will be a lot of problem for the teachers to imbibe or to develop those habits once again. Please let the joy of learning continue in our children. So the portal is just a vehicle to transfer these learning materials to you, for you to administer those learning materials to our children. But also, something I must note also is the fact that our teachers have the mandate to be by your side through all of this. So it's almost a 24-hour support system. You can call them anytime you have difficulties, and they are there to help you out. I must appreciate our teachers. I don't want to toot our horns, but I must appreciate our teachers for the work they are doing so far in trying to see that they reduce the problems and challenges that you face to the barest minimum. But I hear you, sir, loud and clear. We've spoken at length about some of these things you raised about a month ago, and we'll try our best to see that we sort them out. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I hope everywhere is quiet. I hope I was heard.
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if any parent has any other contribution. Okay, so I think to a large extent we've covered most of the issues, and I can see that there are two pertinent issues here that most of our parents have spoken about, have raised. So we would have to go back and sort it out. Hopefully this week we would get a feedback about some of the issues we have raised, and I'm sure we'll address them. We'll address them for you, and you'll be satisfied with the outcomes. So if there are no other contributions, I think I can pass this to Mrs. Ishola or Mr. Michael to round up the meeting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okay. I don't know if Mr. Michael, if he had something to add before.
Beautiful afternoon, parents. Thank you for your feedback. Like Mr. Okay said and Mrs. Shola said, we're definitely going to go back and put an articulated position and a response toward all these things that we've discussed. And of course, we would share with every one of us what we'll be doing as regards the action points. Well, thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for your understanding. Thank you very much for the teamwork and for trusting us and for believing in us. And we are sure that we're in this together as a family. So we'll get back to you in the shortest time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mike. Mr. Okay, thank you so very much. And to all my parents, a big thank you. A very big thank you. I know that the network initially posed as a challenge, an obstacle, but I know, like Ms. Lala, she kept trying. Ms. Wamiloju too kept trying. Thank you for sticking it out. And I'm sure we will do this some other time. It was really nice and refreshing. Nice hearing your voices. Good to see some faces. So at the beginning, my own face was up. I'll just permit my face again. And that's me saying hi to my parents. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, parents. We appreciate you. We love you. Please, our love to our children. We love them. We miss them. We can't wait to see them again. Please send our love to them. Thank you.